Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Irene Barikirika, and I'm here today to do a short presentation on accessibility testing in Africa. So Africa has roughly around 420 million youth, and the rate of unemployment is very high. For someone like me, this creates an opportunity for employment for both youth with and without disabilities, especially in the accessibility space, because it's a very new space. And there's an opportunity to train people, to put them to work as well on projects, and also to keep them engaged in the accessibility space. And one thing we experience, just like everywhere else, whether you're in Europe or you're here in the States, most companies still do not understand what accessibility is or how they're supposed to implement accessibility within their own companies or various departments. So that's one of the reasons that inspired me to start the testing work that I'm doing in Africa. And part of it is also based on the work that I do with a nonprofit called Enable that I run. And to date, I have about 25 accessibility testers. Most of them are based in Nairobi, and some of them have disabilities, which is a priority for me, being in the disability spaces, to create employment for young people with disabilities. And this has been a great opportunity for us because we partner with companies. Most of our clients have actually been international clients, whether it's from Europe or from the US. So we serve various clients. And the key thing is, with the time difference in Kenya of 8 or 7 hours, it really helps. And if any of our partners is in the Silicon Valley area, it's like a difference of 11 hours. So half the time, the work is done even before the US wakes up. So it's definitely an added advantage to a project. The key thing for us is really to make sure that we provide services that address accessibility from all angles. One of the things we do is we provide accessibility UX research. This is all based on products, especially digital products, and really to get our customers to understand, how do users with disabilities experience your products? Because what has happened over time, we are so excited about tech and we develop all these innovations, but we forget about the human beings who actually use these products. So we try to make the product human first, and then the product can come after. So we work with clients to understand the user experience or the feedback that we get when we host focus groups or surveys and have conversations with users to understand how are they really experiencing these products, but also what do they want to see? What improvements do they want to see? So this is a really exciting service that we provide. We've done a number of projects that have been very exciting. For example, we did one for Uber. And I'm sharing because it's a public a project where Uber was trying to understand how do users with disabilities use the Uber mobile Uber application in Kenya and Nigeria to request for transportation. And in this case, they were focusing on two-wheelers and three-wheelers. And I know for some of you here in front of me, you might not understand, but a two-wheeler is a motorbike, like a tuk-tuk. And a three-wheeler, they're more like three-legged, three wheels, really small modes of transportation that get people from the first mile to the last mile before you take your main transportation. And it was really interesting to see what some of the people, like drivers, do when they're communicating with like people who are deaf. Because if a passenger is picked up by someone who doesn't even know this person is deaf, the users had ideas of how Uber can redesign the product so that those who are deaf or hard of hearing can be able to communicate with whoever is picking them up. So that's just one of the outcomes. But moving on, the other thing we do that's most important as well is accessibility testing. So with testing, we also focus on design. We work with clients to redesign their products because you can test all you want. But if an issue stems from the design process, we have to take a few steps back and work on the design process. And then, of course, we get into testing. We have accessibility developers who help customers fix some of the accessibility issues they have. And we also have testers both with and without disabilities. So we do compliance testing, we do use case testing, and we test with persons with disabilities. Last but not least, we do PDF remediation. As we all know, PDF documents or any types of documents can be very inaccessible. So those are the three main services we provide. And for testing, developing VPATs is very important. That's something we've done for several clients. So those are the three. Hold on one second. Yeah, I think I did mention that. And of course, we have many years of experience combined as a team. We've been doing this for a long time. And I think for me, what's most exciting is that with the young people who work for Technoprise Global in Kenya, just to see accessibility in Africa and accessibility professionals who truly understand accessibility, like in-depth knowledge on what is digital accessibility, is very exciting and empowering to me. And my hope is that we can get more testers across the continent and really provide employment for young people with disabilities across the continent. And we of course focus on certifications to make sure at least our trainers have great training and they can also serve global clients. We are in Kenya and also here in the US. And that is it from me. So we're here to help make your digital products accessible and educate you on accessibility. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us. Thank you.